what star could hand-on-heart claim to have been watched by over 1 billion people? Answer, this star, Mr. David Hasselhoff.
Yeah, and they're all here.
They're all here. All of us. We've all been part of that 1 billion audience. Let me ask you about this quickly, David. You are, in fact, listed in the Guinness Book of Records as the most watched TV star in the world, thanks to Knight Rider and Baywatch. I mean, how does that not go to your head? That's an amazing fact.
I'll tell you why, because when I grew up, I took a lot of crap for the name Hasselhoff. And I actually went on my first show, which is soap opera, where I played a doctor on The Young and the Restless.
Yeah.
They said, okay, here's your first gig, you should change your name. And they wanted me to change my name to like David Michaels, you know, or David Sinclair. And I said, no, no, no. I'm gonna keep Hasselhoff, and I'm gonna make it famous someday.
Totally.
Get back at all those kids in high school. I mean, to this day, it still seems like a pretty kind of a dorky name, but it seems to work.
Well, you've made it legendary. Whether it's dorky or not, it's now legendary.
Well, there's no Hassel to the Hoff.
Believe. Now, tell me about Meet the Hasselhoff. Speaking of the name, what is it? Which Hoffs do we meet? What's it all about?
Meet the Hasselhoffs is a over 1,900-mile road trip from the south of the UK to the Scottish Highlands, where we sampled everything in British culture, from pork pie to taking a narrowboat down the Thames. We just did everything we could do to have fun and to make it interesting and see the countryside. And it became a terrific, long but bonding trip with me and my children and my friends and Scott Mills from Radio 1.
Of course,
so it was fun.
Well, it sounds like a lot of fun. We're going to take a look at a clip of the next episode, but before that, feel free to help yourself to my British fare. We've got jelly eels there, cucumber sandwiches, obviously without the crust, some tarts, some chocolate cake. So, you know, feel free to immerse yourself in this. For instance, I'm going to pour a cup of tea here. Would you like some milk in your tea, David?
Yes, please.
We're a civilized bunch, aren't we? Roll the freaking clip!
Wait, is this ours?
Yeah.
That's nuts. What do you think? That's not a narrow boat, that's a skinny latte. What the hell is that?
I don't think you can walk on that bit.
Why not? Somebody died here.
It's like a long coffin.
This is like a funeral boat. That was really a lot of fun, man.
You mentioned your daughters earlier. They came with you on the summer jaunt. What do they make of Britain? Do they like the place?
They did. They love it. They love to move here because it's, you know,
Would they?
It's got the greatest shopping in the world, you know. I mean,
yes, we do.
And clubbing, you know. It's like the kids went out and they go, Dad, we can get in all the clubs here, you know.
Of course, they don't have to be 21.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I said, well, how'd you get in? He said, we just said we were the Hoff's kids. I said, don't do that.
I want to ask you this. It's the big one. It's the big question. What do you think is the fundamental difference between Brits and Americans after your time here? Tricky one.
The sense of humor here is different.
We are very funny people.
You know, yeah. It's a lot more cutting, you know, and a lot more like, you know, having you on is a little bit more aggressive than it would be in the States. But I find that when you get out in the countryside, people are really laid back and they're very friendly. I would knock on doors when we get lost and I go, hello, and they go, oh, it's the Hoff.
Imagine.
Like I'm their neighbor. And come in. I was there for half an hour before she said, well, what are you doing here? I said, well, I'm lost. I have no idea where I'm at. She goes, oh, well, I have a map. I mean, I spent an hour and a half with this lady. I think it's because I've been in her household.
Of course.
Since they were, you know,
for many, many years.
Well, yeah, you probably watched me when you were 2.
Goodness,
on Knight Rider.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so.
That leads me to something I need to talk to you about. We can't do an interview without mentioning Baywatch. I mean, more specifically, Baywatch the movie. It's been talked about for years now. I think DreamWorks bought the rights to it in 2004. The question is it going to happen?
I don't know. I mean, they bought the rights, and we can't seem to get any answer as to what's happening with it because we don't know whether they're going to go with it as a cool movie or as a spoof, you know. But we're just waiting to find out. So we'll see.
You will stay with us and talk some more, won't you? Ladies and gentlemen, David Hasselhoff.
Thank you.